Gallacher.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Defence, Senator Johnston. I refer the Minister to his mocking comments about the CEO of submarine builder ASC, Mr Stuart Wiley, and I quote, "The guy is a fascinating submarine sustainer, but I'm not sure he's built too many himself." Why is the Minister so intent on breaking his promise to build 12 new submarines in Adelaide that he is now personally denigrating someone who has built, maintained all 6 Collins-class submarines at the ASC for the past 25 years?
Order. On my left, Senator Carr. The Minister for Defence, Senator Johnston.
Well, it may be that we have one submarine builder in Adelaide, because we haven't built one for 20 years. Now, I just want to say that when I was appointed to this particular ministry, I was told two key facts by the department with respect to submarines. Firstly, that the inaction of the previous government meant that we were facing a very serious capability gap because of the planned withdrawal date of the Collins-class submarine. Of course, Senator, you would be aware that this is a vital piece of strategic deterrence to us, given we have most of the value of our $1.6 trillion economy using the sea. Secondly, and I note that I'm being interrupted by the person sitting at the table leading the opposition, she knows the truth about the value of this program. The estimated cost of the future submarine program was said to me to be more than $40 billion. Essentially the same figure was handed to me from the previous government.
On my left.
That is the whole program cost for 12 submarines.
Senator Moore, a point of
Mr.
order.
President, it's on direct relevance to the question. There was only one question. It was asking the minister why he was denigrating Mr Wiley, and there's nowhere we haven't come close to that.
Thank you, Senator Moore. I remind the minister he has 39 seconds left to answer the question.
Be known by everyone in the submarine enterprise. The Australian Strategic Policy Institute supported the $40 billion price tag by saying in 2009 they thought the value of 12 submarines built in Adelaide would be $36 billion. Taking into account the cost of inflation, the outturned dollar value of a 20-year build of 12 submarines is 80 more.
Senator Moore.
It's on direct relevance, Mr President. In terms of the process, the minister may feel as we need to know those figures, but the question was, why is he denigrating Mr Wiley?
Order. Order. Senator Billick. Minister, you have 16 seconds left.
Everybody knows, including the former Finance Minister, that the outturned cost of the program in 2009 White Paper was more than $80 billion. As Finance Minister, she knows that number, and that's why they did nothing.
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering the question has expired. Senator Gallacher, a supplementary question.
Yes, Mr President. My supplementary is I refer to Senate estimates where the CEO of the ASC, Mr Wiley, also said, and quote, "No idea how anyone could come up with an estimated local build cost of $80 billion for our new submarines." Will the minister stop using this outrageously inflated estimate to justify breaking his promise to build Australia's future submarines in Adelaide?
Minister.
Well, Senator, if you were honest with the Senate, you would show us the piece of paper that I have seen, because I asked ASC to show me their costings. It's a one-page document based upon a piece of computer software where you fed in 4,000-tonne submarine in terms of materials, and out pops a number. They do not even know our top-end requirements. They have never designed a submarine at ASC. Never designed a submarine. Now, let's get real here. This is not for people who are looking for a job. This is a professional program that is about national security, and we will take the advice of the service chiefs, not somebody who's looking for a job.
The minister is referring to a document. I was wondering if the minister would table it for the Senate. He's inviting people to know. Here's your chance. Table it.
Given the document,
Minister,
on the point of order. On the point of order, Minister. Order. There is no point of order, Senator Conroy. Minister, you have the call. You have 18 seconds left.
Thank you. And so, Mr President, the opposition is fully aware of the problem that's confronting the government with this program. Having done nothing, they're now saying you should be doing something. They did nothing because they'd costed it at an out-of-turn dollar value of $88 billion.
The time for answering the question has expired. A final supplementary question, Senator Gallacher.
Thank you, Mr President. My final supplementary: why has the minister resorted to trashing the hard-working men and women of Australian ship and submarine building industry in order to justify breaking his promise? Isn't it time the government held a competitive tender process for a new submarine fleet so as the Australian people can be confident the submarines are chosen on merit, not the personal bias of the minister?
Minister.
ASC was delivering no submarines in 2009 for $1 billion. ASC was delivering no submarines for Australia in 2009 for $1 billion. They have now improved their output, thankfully after 2 or 3 visits from Mr Coles to tell them how to do it properly. They're $350 million over budget on 3 air warfare destroyer builds. Now, I'm being conservative. It's probably more than $600 million. But because the data is so bad, I can't tell you. You wonder why I'm worried about ASC and what they're delivering to the Australian taxpayer? You wonder why I wouldn't trust them to build a canoe, right? Because what they've done on air warfare destroyer, I have had, and Matthias Cormann has had to repair. And she's the one who owns them. She owns them. She let the project just go to the 4 winds.
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering the question has expired. Senator Abetz.
Mr President, I ask that